I'll be totally honest with you. As a dietitian nutritionist, I have a love-hate relationship with what I eat in a day videos. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the pros and the cons of what I eat in a day videos. Are they helpful or harmful when it comes to our mindset around food? And what should you be mindful of when you watch what I eat in a day videos? Today, we're going to talk about exactly that. And hey, if you're new to the channel, my name's Katie. I'm a registered dietitian and certified personal trainer. And on this channel, we like to talk about all things nutrition, fitness, and mindful eating. So you can not only eat a healthy diet, but have a healthier relationship and mindset around food. Okay, so we're gonna start with 3 cons that I often find in what I eat in a day videos, and then we'll end with 3 pros of what I eat in a day videos. The first thing that I think is a big con of what I eat in a day videos is that they don't share the big picture of what someone's diet looks like. So yes, they are what I eat in a day videos, so obviously they are only designed to follow someone throughout one single day of their life. But there's a few flaws with this. And one of the big flaws is when people know that they're showing other people what they're eating, they tend to eat better naturally, because you don't want people to judge you for what you eat. And that's just a natural tendency. And I'm gonna be perfectly transparent that I've come across this before when I've made my own what I eat in a day videos, which is one of the reasons why I really don't do it anymore. And that is like finding myself thinking thoughts of, well, I don't wanna set an unhealthy expectation that my clients and my audience have to eat perfectly, but I also don't want them to judge me or think that I'm unhealthy for eating too much of X or Y, or eating too much. So you can see how it's an easy trap to get into, and you don't really mean any harm by it, but it's so easy to get in that trap of, okay, I'm making this what I eat a day video. Let me make sure that I'm impressing my audience, or my audience thinks I'm healthy. And you may not even be directly thinking these thoughts or aware that you're thinking these thoughts, and they still come up. So what I want to just really get through to you is that when someone is making this type of video, there's a lot of different underlying things that are going on in their head when they show you what they eat. So keep in mind that you're just not seeing the full picture, which leads me to my next con of what I eat in a day videos, and that is that they can lead to an unhealthy comparison. This is kind of common in the internet space anyway. If you're on Instagram, you're probably no stranger to this in general. We compare ourselves to others, and that's just a natural part of being a human being. But one thing that I really don't like about what I eat in a day videos is that it can lead to some disordered eating habits if we're comparing ourselves too much to, again, these unrealistic expectations. So I like to compare the kind of snapshot of someone's eating habits to like what you see in a photo shoot of a model. When you see the model on this photo shoot or in this magazine, you're seeing kind of like that retouched version of the model. So the model is beautiful, the model is, nice to look at already, but then you're getting a retouched version of this already beautiful model. So you're getting this already unrealistic expectation of what beauty standard you should live up to. So same thing with someone who makes that what I eat in a day video. They're probably a already healthy person eating a pretty balanced diet, but then it ups the ante when they are the ones that are curating kind of what they show you in their video. And the third con that I find with what I eat in a day videos is that they can trigger individuals with a past history of disordered eating or an eating disorder. As someone who has this in their history, I definitely notice this pop up when I have watched these videos in the past, and I have to be mindful of how this leads to, again, comparison of my diet to someone else's diet, and also if seeing someone else's diet kind of leads me to further restrict my own habits, because I have that perfectionistic tendency to want to have that perfect diet when I see other people portray it in a video. So that is something to just be really mindful of. I'm not by any means saying that anyone who makes these types of videos is intending to trigger people, or that it's just a totally unhealthy thing to watch these videos, because I don't think that's the case at all. I just think that it's super important to be mindful of some of these cons and just be aware of how you respond to certain videos like this. Some of us are super self-aware and we know when something triggers us, but other times we can have these things sneak up on us and we think we're mentally all there, and sometimes it can actually be causing harm unknowingly. So just be aware and kind of monitor your thoughts as you watch these videos if it's something that you enjoy. And if you are struggling with an eating disorder or disordered eating, I highly recommend to focus on healing before you really dive deep into these What I Eat in a Day videos, because it's probably not really helping your healing journey. And I think that that should take priority over learning healthy habits from other people, because there are different priorities that you take first when you are someone who is healing from disordered eating. Okay, so now that we've talked about the cons of What I Eat in a Day videos, what about the pros? Pro number one is that they give you food ideas. I know that's one of the main reasons that I have ever watched these types of videos in the past. It's just that it's easy to get stuck in a rut of the foods that you eat. So watching someone else's What I Eat in a Day videos can be a really good way to get new thoughts and ideas for meals and snacks. It's like when you go over to a friend's house and they serve you something that you would have never had before. It just introduces you to their style of eating, their culinary interests, and maybe their cultural take on certain types of foods. So there's just a lot that you can get that is positive from watching what someone else eats in a day. I kind of like meshed pro 1 and 2 together, so that's my bad. So pro number 2 is that you can try new foods. So kind of going along with pro number 1, where you just get introduced to different meal ideas in general. For pro number 2, I just love that What I Eat in a Day videos can encourage you to try foods that you may never try before. We are all human. We are influenced by other people and other people's choices. And sometimes when we see our favorite person eating a food that we would never even think to try, it kind of makes us more open-minded to trying that food. If maybe you follow someone who is a little more adventurous than you with their foods, it can just encourage a whole new form of variety in your life, which can be fun. And then pro number 3 that I find with What I Eat in a Day videos, specifically from health professionals that have a background in nutrition, is that you can learn new things about different foods. So if you've watched any of my past What I Eat in a Day videos, I always try to educate about maybe why I'm eating a certain food or why I'm having this food before a workout or after a workout, and kind of share some of the benefits of that food, because that's what I want to do as an educator and a dietitian, is teach people the benefits of having certain foods. The caveat with this, of course, is to just try to find someone who has that educational background in nutrition. Even though I know there is a lot of influencers out there and it's kind of hard to weed through who to trust and who not to trust, just try to be mindful of who you're following and what kind of background they have. If they're giving nutrition recommendations or diet plans and they're not a dietitian, just know that they're going out of their scope of practice and that there is a little bit of ethical shakiness that's going on there. So you just want to be aware of that. If you are interested in having a more sustainable, healthy, and mindful approach to your way of eating, then definitely download my 7-day Food and Fitness Freedom Challenge in the link below. I'll also link to some videos that I think you will love in the end card and description box below. You can find all the ways to connect with me in the links below. And I also have a special launch that's coming later in February, the Mindful Muscles Nutrition Academy. The Mindful Muscles Academy is your step-by-step guide to fueling your fitness goals without dieting. So we teach you mindful eating, exercise performance tips, and general gentle nutrition tips to rock all of your health goals. So definitely check that out below. And if it's not already up, I will leave a link to the waitlist so you can get a special promotional price when it first launches, because that is the cheapest the price will ever be. So you'll definitely want to hop on it when it launches. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.